the voice inside your head and why it's wrong. Let me ask you something. Have you ever sat in a meeting at work, or maybe some fancy conference room that smelled like a hotel coffee, and panically thought, what I'm doing here? Any minute somebody is going to realize that I have no idea what I'm talking about. Or maybe you have been at your job for years, loyal, consistent, dependable, but when someone mentioned a promotion, your brain immediately goes, oh, I have so many brilliant colleagues around me. If that sounds familiar, congratulations. You are in excellent company. About 58% of professionals admit to this feeling. That is more than half. So statistically speaking, about 3 people at your last Zoom call were secretly thinking the same thing. And that thing that you were feeling, it actually has a name. Impostor syndrome. And today we are going to unpack what that actually is, why it shows up, and how to stop it running your career like a badly coded app. What it actually looks like. Imposter syndrome isn't just a stage fright before a presentation. It's that deep, annoying feeling that your accomplishments were all accidental, that you somehow Jedi mind tricked everyone into thinking that you are competent. Even people with 14 years of experience still experience it. 14, that is longer than some marriages. So no, it's not about your experience. It's about not being able to hold your accomplishments like a golden nuggets in your basket. Your brain either acts like they're all falling into the bottomless pit or automatically discredit everything that you do on the fly. Maybe you had an earlier morning call with your team in Israel, a lunch with your colleagues in Switzerland, and a late night think with Taiwan. Someone knows how to speed things up with AI. Someone has clear slides, and someone actually reads management books. So your brain whispers, I should know more. And that whisper turns into a podcast that plays 24/7 in your head. How it actually shows up. Let's play Spot the Imposter. Here is how it sneaks into your day. Number 1, compliments makes you uncomfortable. If someone says, great job, and you say, not a big deal. Deal? You worked 3 weeks and survived 47 Slack threads. That is not a deal. That is endurance. Number 2, you undervalue your skills. Your cousin's roommate asks you if you just can quickly help him to redesign his resume or fix their startup website for free because it only takes you 20 minutes. Sure, it takes you 20 minutes now, but it took you 10 years to learn how to do it in 20 minutes. And that is called experience, not favor. Number 3, criticism hits too hard. Someone doesn't like your table, and suddenly you are questioning every life choice since 2007. Any slightly negative feedback about your work turns into proof that you are a fraud. Sounds familiar? I thought so. The real cost of staying quiet. When imposter syndrome takes over, people usually pick one of 3 unhelping coping styles. Number 1, the invisible achiever. You do excellent work, but no one knows. And you think, if I keep being really good, then someone will notice it. Spoiler, they're too busy with their own metrics. Number 2, the chronic waiter. Not the restaurant kind, but you keep everything postponing. I will apply for that next year. I will start taking more responsibilities and managing people when I'm ready. I will start speaking up after I will fix my anxiety. Spoiler, you'll never feel ready. Number 3, collector of regrets. You replay moments like a bad Netflix series. If I would just have applied for this job, if I would just spoken up, if I would have just started 5 years ago. You cannot change the past, but you can finally stop binge watching it. Why it happens to us. Here is psychological booby trap. The traits that makes you good at your work, perfectionism, high standard, attention to details, also fuel imposter syndrome. So you set impossible goals, miss an inch, and call yourself a failure. And that is like running a marathon, tripping 10 feet before the finish line and deciding that you are terrible at walking. And it's everywhere. It's doctors, designers, HRs, teachers. Basically, it's everyone who cares about doing things well is a candidate for that feeling. Also, fun fact. Research shows that women tend to apply for jobs only when they meet 100% of the qualifications, while men apply when they hit about 60%. Just saying. So statistically speaking, there are probably several dudes out there confidently doing job that they have qualified for, while you are still editing your resume for the 5th time. 5 tools that can help you. Number 1, take an inventory. Grab a paper, yes, paper, let's be old-fashioned here, and write things that you have invested in your career, degree, courses, caffeine. If you think what you know is normal, it's not. It is a sum of hundreds of thousands of hours shown up when you feel like you don't want to. Number 2, 5-10 reasons that you are wrong. List 10 factual reasons that you don't deserve this promotion. Not feelings, facts. It will help you to realize that you are scraping the bottom of the excuse barrel. Number 3, list your skills. Hard and soft, coding and conflict resolution, Figma and diplomacy. Do this exercise and you may discover that your ability to stay calm in a chaos is more valuable than your software license ever was. Number 4, define good enough. Write down what it actually looks like and when it is time to stop. Because passing out under your desk or booking yet another chiropractic appointment because you have enormous pain are terrible metrics for your performance. And then once you hit your markers that you set up for yourself, just stop. Don't do anything. Don't move the goalpost like a nervous soccer coach who keeps changing the soccer field size in the middle of the game. Number 5, break it down. If you are scared of public speaking, don't start with TED Talk. Start with 1 sentence at your next team meeting. Then perhaps a 5-minute update. Then a short intro video. You don't build strength by thinking about push-ups. You build it by doing a few consistently. A different way of thinking about it. Imagine your career as a long road trip and you are in the driver's seat, moving forward. Maybe not always smooth, but you are getting there. In the passenger seat sits your inner critic, nervously gripping the dashboard. So every time that you accelerate, it gasps, "No, slow down. You will miss the turn." But your GPS, your actual accomplishments, show that you are on course. So when that anxious passenger starts yelling directions from the 10 years ago, take a glance at your map and say, "I appreciate your concern, but I have got this." And while you are at it, keep a record of your milestones. You can call it your confidence cache, or your brag file, or your version control me 2.0. Every time that you finish something, got a good feedback, or solve a problem, add to your file. Because when that passenger starts panicking again, you will have a proof in your glove compartment that you are doing just fine. And here's what I want you to hear. We all know Descartes' famous line, "I think, therefore I am." But the modern version that Margaret Atwood said is probably more accurate. I think, therefore, spam. Because honestly, that inner critic is just bad ad campaign, outdated copy, terrible targeting, way too aggressive. So next time those thoughts start flooding your mental inbox, pause, take a breath, and hit subscribe. This is just about time to stop giving them any free screen time.